Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamualaikum. Jianu, Pakhairagale, Ni Hao, Chunashumme, Washmale. Ohio Gonzaimas, Guten Morgen, Hola, Boyo, Privyet, Kaifahal, Halishuma Chatore, Ahlan Wasal Marhaba. Buna, mucho gracias, Swabi, Abhalli Kare Aya, Hosh Galden, and I Sayo, Huyamura, Chivato, Chihaljot, Kalimera, Khairutan, and a very warm welcome to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and watching World this morning. Alongside my very well-learned colleague who happens to be Miss Hajar Satti. I happen to be Shahzad Hassan Khan, and we hope and pray that everybody out there is doing wonderfully well and that you're ready to kickstart your day with us. But first things first, hello Hajar, Assalamu Alaikum, how are you feeling today?
Walaikum Assalam, thank you so much Jazakallah Khair for introducing me, Shahzad. So Islamabad has been receiving, and not just Islamabad, the entire country has been receiving the fresh bouts of shower for quite some day, and it's amazing how the weather is turning around. But I think we will talk about the weather and we will talk about the pleasant effects of this rainy season weather on our health. But before that, I think we need to quickly jump onto our segment, which is related to our self-defense, right? So Shahzad, mashallah, you have 3 daughters, alhamdulillah, right? And there's generally a recognition within the parents, and then there is awareness within the parents that they need to teach their kids, generally daughters, not just daughters, also their sons, and I mean both the genders, about the importance of self-defense. And I think karate stands out in this regard. So there are lots of belts, you know, brown belts, black belts, and golden belt, and what does these colors symbolizes and how significant it is to have it. And we have some examples inside our studio who are actually going to talk about it.
And in addition to this, Hajar, you know, because the previous week and, you know, we have been always kind of talking about all of those children who've actually made Pakistan proud. So imagine that this amazing lady who will be with us, you know, in a while as well, we will be introducing her, actually won a gold medal. You know, there was this competition which was held at NED University, Karachi. From 26th till 28th of January. She went over there, and within the 47 kg category, ladies and gentlemen, she's actually won herself a gold medal. I think that's something that we really need to be proud of as well. And I'm not really sure whether there's a golden belt or not, but I'm sure about the black belt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we have been joined by an Asian medalist, her coach as well, who's with us. You know, he happens to be the CEO of the Masters Academy. First up, ladies and gentlemen, the teachers are always our top priority as well. So we're very lucky that we have been joined by Mr. Muhammad Adnan Aslam. Hello sir, assalamu alaikum, good morning, how are you feeling today?
Walaikum assalam, good morning, I'm good.
And thank you so much for joining us, wonderful to have you. And alongside him, ladies and gentlemen, his student, you know, who's actually going to make herself and her family and Pakistan proud in days to come because she wants to compete on an international level. She happens to be the gold medal winner from the Cadet National Karate Championship, and she is Miss Hania Naqib. Hello, assalamu alaikum, bete, congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us.
Walaikum assalam, thank you so much.
How are you doing, Hania? And Hania, before we start our segment, we want to ask you, especially on a lighter note, so if your siblings are not listening to you, if you have any, especially, or if you have cousins or friends, so do you apply your karate techniques on them to make sure that they listen to you?
Not
or are they scared of you?
Maybe, I don't know, but I think they would be.
Exactly, but obviously, you know, I think that, you know, when I started to kind of learn karate, all the karate exercises were with my siblings as well. But very quickly, let's talk about your journey as well. So when did you got to know about the Masters Academy? How did you develop this interest of learning karate? And then finally, we'll come down to this competition which took place at NED University, Karachi.
Well, I started karate 3 years ago, and I was not interested in karate, but since my cousins and everyone was joining, I had to join. So another thing was my parents, they wanted me to join karate. So with the passage of time, I built my interest in it, and now I'm here.
And Adnan Sab, now let's come to you and talk about the karate. And I talked about how there is generally a recognition among the parents that they need to send their kids to learn the self-defense, right? And karate stands out in this regard. So how has your academy been faring? And I mean, you're also an expert in this particular field. So how is the response of the students and the parents generally in this regard in few years?
Actually, my club is located in PTV Islamabad,
right?
And I'm very much happy from the parents because they are very much concerned. They want to do that their kids must do practice.
True.
Just Hania, she was not interested in start, but with the passage of time, with this environment, she built his confidence and she built his interest, and now she's a champion. after 3 years.
Alhamdulillah. And you know, whenever we are to kind of talk about contact sports
Yeah.
or, you know, such sort of sport where we talk about karate, MMA, boxing, most of the time over here in our country, this sport is not actually meant for, you know, girls or women as well. Even though that, you know, internationally, you know, they're beyond this, nobody speaks like this as well. How do you think that when we talk about the influx of both the genders towards this contact sports, do you think that it's equal? Do you think that there needs to be more work done to make sure that we raise awareness?
Yes, you are very right. In previous, if you see the girls or ladies is always neglected, especially in karate.
Okay.
And the parents don't want to send their girls to martial arts academies because they think it's only for boys.
Yeah.
But with the passage of time, and I'm also working on it, and also conducted so many seminars on female self-defense.
True.
Right.
I've recently I went to a Cust University where I conducted a seminar on female
Yeah, we
self-defense.
saw the pictures.
Yes.
Yes.
And so it is a time for equal gender.
True.
For in self-defense, because why they don't want to learn, because they have full right to learn self-defense.
And how many categories are there, especially when we talk about the demarcation among the belts, right? So Shehzad mentioned that there's a black belt, and I mean, what are the
Ji, ji.
colors and what
Brown,
does these
yellow,
colors
green.
signify?
Actually, in different style, different types of
Right.
belts and different gradings and different levels.
Right.
Normally in Japanese culture, the normal sequence is from the starting belt is white belt,
Okay.
and the second is yellow, then orange, green, blue, and some purple and brown, and then black belt. It will take minimum 4 to 5 years to get the black belt.
And do we have a golden belt as well?
Yes.
Really?
No, it's not a generally
It's
golden
like
belt. Somebody
That you've done it all.
actually it's the upper superior level is 10 down, 10 down red belt.
Okay.
Okay.
But little bit I heard that he's a golden belt, he is a supreme belt, but normally the red belt 10 down is the end
Well,
of the
that's
game.
wonderful. But you know,
Right.
Adnan sir, there's one more question. That is that obviously you have your own academy,
Right.
you're training kids. Alhamdulillah, they're doing wonderfully well. We will ask about the competition as well. But you happen to be yourself an international karate player. You
Right.
happen to be an Asian medalist. You happen to be a black belt 4th Dan as well. You're a karate judge. So for you to learn all of these things back in those days, how did you manage to do it? Because there weren't a lot of academies or people who were
True.
coaching or teaching karate back in those times.
Yes, actually,
Or were you self-taught as well? कि चलो मैं खुद ही कर लेता हूँ.
no, actually I started my martial arts career in early 90s. It's
Oh,
more than
wonderful.
3 decades now.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. And I did different, like not only karate, I'm also expert in kickboxing as well.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful.
And I joined only one academy in past. My teacher was the late Sir Muhammad Ijaz.
Wow.
Ijaz Ahmed Siddiqui
Ji.
was a black belt for dan at that time.
Mhm.
But he passed away in 2000.
Right.
And then after that, I joined different institution and different affiliations.
Mhm.
And I started my career again, and I also went for refereeing and judging as well, not only as an athlete, as an official as well.
Mhm.
So Alhamdulillah, I'm now I have different branches as well. I'm extending my
Alhamdulillah.
this passion
Right.
towards a young generation.
So is this very sorry, but that I'm taking a little longer because where credit is due, it's due, and we need to talk about it. So when we talk about your expansion of the passion or the work that you love the most, is it more of a business now, or do you think it's more of teaching kids and that's what you want to do? It's more of you driving your passion,
Actually,
or is it mix of both?
in overall, if you see, it's a mix because mostly coaches.
And I
am
respect
mostly
your
academies.
honesty as well.
Definitely, they are also doing a business and they are also coaching.
Yeah.
But in my aspect, I am not concerned about the business because it's my passion.
Right.
Or
So if anybody who's watching our show right
Yes.
now, they stand up and they're like, okay, we were looking for a great coach and mentor, and we probably cannot afford to go to an academy. Do you think that your academy will be there to train them? To
yeah,
have
yeah,
them?
definitely. I'm here. We
Wow,
are
that's
academies
wonderful.
there.
I think that's the only thing which I
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
listen
yes.
to as well, which is why I'm going to move on to Miss Hania now. So Hania, you know, your journey started 3 years ago, if I'm not wrong. You're at the brown belt already, you know, so you've surpassed quite a lot of difficulties and challenges as well. You weren't a willing child to do karate, but now you all of a sudden are a gold medalist. Let's talk about the competition. How was the competition? How was it for you to go over there, you
And
know,
for how
participate?
long have you been
Yeah.
training in this program?
Well, the competition was difficult because it was a national level.
Okay.
My first fight was with Balochistan, the second one was with I guess KPK, and the third one was with Punjab.
And who was the toughest of them all?
The last one.
The last
because
one?
we got equal points, and then there was a lot of like.
And
Wow.
for how long have you been training in this particular
I've
game?
been 3 years.
And what are your extracurricular hobbies or extracurricular activities that you engage apart from the karate?
I think cycling, skating, and swimming.
So you've always been an outdoor person.
Yes.
I think that's wonderful. But when you train, you know, for example, when Sir Adnan was training you, he was coaching you,
True.
did you actually have to look after your nutrition as well? Or, you know, did you go through a very vigorous sort of a training that, okay, you know, if I have to achieve this, if this is my target, I really need to be disciplined. So take us through your training. Was it like waking up at 6 in the morning, you know, going for training, coming back, going to school, you know, stuff like that?
It was quite intense before nationals, but yeah, you're right. Like we need to take care of our diets while doing sports. Like I recently had pneumonia because I did intense training, so that's why I got weak. So now I'm taking care of my diet as well.
And also, so since you're also a student, Hania, and I'm pretty sure that the academic work is very heavy, and every student and every parents want their kids to be a bright student, right? And like you mentioned that your parents were very supportive about it, but how do you manage the time between your studies and between doing the karate, because both requires a lot of effort and time, right?
Well, I'm doing O-levels right now,
Oh, wonderful.
so when usually my examinations are coming up, I take a break from academy,
Right.
and usually then I'm training.
Focusing on
normally.
the studies.
Wow, that's wonderful. And in addition to this, you know, what does your parents think about it as well? That now that you're competing, you know, you're going to Karachi, you're a national level champion. Not just that, you even won a gold medal in the Islamabad Karate League as well, if I'm not wrong. You know, so how do they now kind of perceive Hania, more of a student or more of an international athlete?
Well, they were quite happy when I won a gold medal in nationals. I think they're also like their main motive would be for me to become an international player,
MashaAllah.
and then I think I would pursue being a coach.
Really?
Yes.
So that's the line of action that you've chosen for yourself. I'll move on to Sir Adnan over here as well. Now, Sir Adnan, alhamdulillah, with all your hard work, with all her hard work, all the support that she's gotten from her peers, you know, from her parents and friends, now she wants to be an international athlete. Now, how do you think that the Masters Academy or your services as a coach can actually help her attain that level? Because for now, even this is shocking for me that for somebody who was recovering from pneumonia, you know, went to Karachi, it was on 26th to 28th of January, won a gold medal, came back. This means that she's got the talent, alhamdulillah.
She has a very great talent. Or when she was become a champion in Islamabad Karate League, at that time she was also suffering from pneumonia.
Oh.
And before final she was not coming in my club.
She's very energetic.
She was on
that
sick
means.
leave.
Oh.
But alhamdulillah, she won the final match in Islamabad Karate League.
MashaAllah.
Interesting.
And he's I'm very much happy that now she's a national champion at the age of 13 years.
MashaAllah.
Or inshallah, she has the potential to get the international medal for Pakistan. Or inshallah, she will represent Pakistan in international
But
matches.
the competition is going to get tougher. I think that's one thing that we really need to prepare her as well. You know,
Yes,
she knew-
definitely, because I have international exposure and I know very well about how to compete with other international players. Inshallah, I will teach, and my other students are also very much, they have very potential.
Okay.
Inshallah, I'm confident that they will, inshallah,
Right.
bring medal for Pakistan.
Right, and Shehzad, we've seen, especially in the international university, so if you have some sort of medals in the sports, you see that they encourage that a lot, and you get a lot of sports-based scholarships. So it's very amazing that how our young kids are interested in such sort of sports. Now, Nansa, moving on to you, since you have an academy and you're seeing that there is an interest, how do you see the scope of martial arts inside the Pakistan, especially because in international arena it is particularly very developed. People are already sending it, but I think in Pakistan it's relatively a newer concept.
Definitely, in past there was no scope for martial
Right,
art, but right now,
because
which
schools
I'm
are
saying,
interested, right?
definitely right now there is a very big scope, a very good scope, because not only schools, even now parents, they are
Right.
also very much willing, like Hania's parents, and I have so many parents in my academy, even their kids are not willing to come academy, but because of their parents,
Right.
they are coming and they are practicing,
Right.
and with the passage of time their interests are increasing,
Right.
and they are becoming champions. So in future, inshallah, I'm confident in Pakistan.
True.
We will promote martial art in every segment.
And let's also discuss the link between the self-defense and the martial arts, and especially the kind of environment internationally we have seen that how it is linked with our safety and how martial arts can help you being more aware. And
Actually,
more
in martial
safer,
art, we have so many branches like karate, kickboxing, taekwondo, kung fu.
Right.
But if we are talking about only self-defense, like I've conducted seminars or
Okay.
conducted some sessions on self-defense. It is just some shortcut techniques on self-defense, like especially for females.
Right.
Because if not possible for female to come to club and to get the black belt in 4 years, so we have arranged for 3 months diploma or 6 months diploma
Right.
to give some shortcut techniques so female can defend herself in any bad situation.
Right, right.
Exactly, and thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
sir, for
much.
kind of alluding it to this, you know, how you've kind of summarized it for all of us as well. And for anybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you unfortunately end up in a situation where you really need to do your self-defense, I think it's more of thapad, chapede, guse, and you know, you actually kind of forget everything. But very quickly towards the end, one last thing. So Hania, you know, for everybody who's actually watching you today, what would be your message to them that why do they need to learn martial arts or karate or whatever sports they want to do?
Well, as me being a karate player, I think everyone should learn karate for self-defense, and
Right.
they should have the strength. Even it will make them healthy, even in their old age.
Exactly, and thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
you know,
much.
for kind of giving away such a positive message. Please show your gold medal as well. We would want people to see that, ladies and gentlemen. The national level gold medalist, Miss Hania, was in our studio with us. And for everybody who's out there, just as Miss Hania has mentioned that, you know, she was recovering from pneumonia, I think that this is something which happens to be a national emergency over here in Pakistan as well. In Punjab region, there were more than 250 people that were all kids or students were actually suffering from pneumonia. How can we protect ourselves in this changing weather where hardly there was any rain, now it's raining? So what to do? I think that's something that an expert can only answer. We're heading out towards a short break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Good morning.